So, and just quickly now, what do we do? I feel like I'm already into like football withdrawal. What's next?
What's next is Premier League soccer for me. Baseball season's right around the corner. NBA All-Star Weekend. How can we not mention that? Hello, it's all great.
And you? Obviously.
My hope was to watch the Sabres fight for a playoff spot, but unless that Tuesday night game is like some massive kickstart, I don't know. I'm very sad. The Orange look like they're playing basketball pretty well. Nice upset win over North Carolina. So maybe that's something.
March Madness not too far off. So post Super Bowl, what do you think?
Here we go again. The GOAT discussion for the last 3 months it continues on now at Kansas City with another championship. I must say this, though. Did anybody feel in that Super Bowl that the 49ers going into halftime, even though they had the lead, just left so many points out there? And you know full well, for a Kansas City team, you have got to get as many points as possible. You can't have any muff punts. You can't turn the ball over. And even when you had the chance to do that, the 49ers let that game slip away, and you could see it, feel it, and you had to watch it. That's why they couldn't close the deal.
I don't understand how, again, Kyle Shanahan refused to run the ball in a situation where you obviously had to run the ball. I mean, that was the knock when he was the OC with the Falcons, 28-3 Super Bowl, and then he comes to lose again.
Yeah. The stat was shocking that McCaffrey got 2 carries in the third quarter.
How is that possible? How is it possible on a team? The only thing defensively they had struggled to do was to stop the run. Your strength on that team is running. You don't run the ball. And to that point, to tie it back around to the Bills, as I love to do, you can make the argument that the best game plan of any team against the Chiefs all playoffs long was the Bills, because they controlled the ball, they ran the ball, they knew they couldn't stop them with the defensive injuries, but that was the Bills gave you the template how to beat them defensively, and nobody else did.
Doesn't it also come down to like so much of it is luck too?
I mean, you throw in Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. He had another great game. I remember from my Giants days. So he was able to dial it up again. The secondary looked great. Chris Jones was unbelievable. I just think Purdy really got scared. He didn't look scared, but he was. When it came to the big-time plays, he had Debo over the middle for a touchdown, just couldn't get him the ball. It's bizarre to me. I think they wanted Purdy to be the big star of that game, and it cost him the game. Even though you had McCaffrey, Kittle, if you would have told me he was going to have the yards he was going to have in that game, I would have been like, maybe he got hurt, and he didn't.
So they're hanging that accusation on Shanahan. I think that's extremely damning. If just something
with
like
the overtime or just the play?
No, the idea that he wanted to make Purdy the star of that by forcing the second half. That is a tough accusation.
Okay, but let's look at the last 2 games the Chiefs have played. I think it happened in both times. There's no explanation as to why the Ravens had Lamar Jackson stand back like a statue when they were getting 6-7 yards a carry. And there's no explanation why you're going to put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands.
We need explanations. That's maddening.
So then tell me what it is.
I don't know.
Tell me what it is. Why? Why did these teams get lulled into abandoning the run?
I got one thing. It struck me when we hit halftime of that Super Bowl. I said, the team that's behind at halftime in just about every NFL game has got a huge advantage coming out the second half because you have something to adjust to. The team that's ahead has nothing to play off of, and sometimes, this is just on the fly, maybe you outthink yourself in a position when you're ahead at halftime, you don't have something to adjust to, you feel you got to change something, and you really outthink yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting theory, but I mean, then again, we remember the games where the teams that are behind at half come back and win. Like, that's a statistic everyone wants to see. You never see a statistic, this team has been ahead by 7 at halftime, and they've won every game in the last 45 times.
They have things to adjust to, you know what I mean? They have things to respond to.
I understand. I think you're overstating the importance of a lead, because you can still have a lead on someone and adjust to things that they're doing to make your lead bigger, to make your team more successful.
Yeah, to your point.
I just think full well, in a puncher's chance, if Kansas City is close, you do not want to be in a game with them because you will freeze up and they will win.
5 fumbles for the Chiefs. They lost 1. How is that possible?
Yeah. If you lose 2, you lose the game.